Hello, welcome to Just Prime. As part of this video, we are going to see how to create GKE cluster in GCP console. So there are two ways we can able to create GKE cluster in GCP console. One is autopilot mode and another one is manual approach. So we are going to see both the approaches. So let's get started. So to give demonstration on this, I have already logged in into GCP console like this. Let me put it in a different way. Yeah, so I'm just trying to log in into my GCP console, GCP account basically. So this is the way I am going to log in. Yeah, so now I can able to log in into my GCP console. So I can close it. So I accept it. Okay. So once you log in into your GCP account or GCP console, so you can able to see left side panel all the services what's available. So you can see there is a Kubernetes engine. So from that we can go on the top. Second one is the clusters. So you can click on that. So we can able to see that now currently we are in Kubernetes cluster. So if you want to create any cluster, either manual approach or autopilot mode, so you can click on this. Let me close it out. Click on create. So there are two approaches, like I said, one is autopilot and the second one is manual approach. So first I'm going to use it autopilot mode. You can see over here. So currently by default it will suggest you to use autopilot mode. In case if you don't want, you can go to the switch to standard cluster mode, which you can manage it. So autopilot mode will be very useful in case of, so GCP will manage all the cluster related things based on the node availability, all those things. So this is the best if you want to give everything to GCP to manage all those things like networking and the availability, region, zones, all those things. Then you can go for autopilot mode. In case if you don't want to give an option to GCP, then you can go for standard or cluster mode, standard cluster mode. So right now first one we are going to see autopilot mode, how we are going to use it. Autopilot cluster 1. Let me do demo. So I'm trying to give my cluster name is autopilot cluster demo, and it's, you can see there is a reason it's already selecting US central one, and there are many things it will be selecting automatically. So networking and what kind of networking, cluster IPs, all those things it will try to give all those things by default. So this is the advantage of the autopilot mode. So in case if you want to create everything yourself, based on your selection criteria, then you can go for a standard cluster. But right now we are trying to use the default one what GCP is suggesting, autopilot mode. So you can select this autopilot mode and then just go on create. So it will try to create a cluster in autopilot mode, but it will take a couple of minutes. So it need to provision many things like networkings and IP address, many things. So that will take a couple of minutes. So meanwhile what we are going to do, we will try to create another cluster or another different way. It's a manual approach. So for that I am trying to create another one. Create, click on create. So now I by default GCP will suggest autopilot mode, but I don't want to use autopilot mode. So let me go to the standard cluster which I can manage it. So if you go for standard cluster mode, so then you can able to give everything yourself. So let me close it. So this is the standard mode. So what we can see here, we have an option here to select the regional mode or zonal mode, and a similar way you have many things here, default ports. So how many ports you want to define here. So let me put it in a simple way, 2 ports I want to give it. Similar way you can able to select the nodes, networking, security, metadata, everything. You have an option here to change it. Okay, so now we are coming here, cluster basics, default port. So these are two nodes I have selected, and it is trying to create a zonal. So if you want to go for region, you can select a region level, and where you want to deploy you can select here. Or if you want to go for regional level, you can go here. It's saying US central one. It's up to you. So here so in this approach you have a full flexibility to select the regional or zonal or node capacity, all those things. Let me go for, by default everything it will give an optional fields and with populated default values, but you can change everything. So let me create it. So this is the way you can able to create a GKE cluster with the manual mode. So here you can see there is an error is coming. So basically here you can go for zonal mode and just give a try. So basically whenever you are trying to, here is a free account, so you will not get here 100% capacity, because this is a free account. Based on the availability they are trying to give the resource. So whenever you are getting that kind of issue, you can go for zonal mode instead of regional mode. Region mode will have more capacity. If you go for zonal mode, you have less capacity specific to one specific location. So that's the reason you will be getting the allocation very easily. Okay, so if you see here the standard mode, you can see the clusters is a 2, because always it will assign the cluster number of nodes what you have selected. But whereas in case of autopilot mode, it's not displaying any cluster, meaning it will be assigning based on the workload what you are trying to deploy. So that's the basic difference between the autopilot mode and standard mode. So this autopilot mode, it will save you the cost as well, because GCP will take care based on the workload. It will try to create the nodes and what kind of machines you need to assign for your request to solve it. So that's the purpose of the autopilot mode. So everything they will be taking care, patching, whatever, all those things, what kind of operating system it will be assigned default. Whereas in case of standard mode, you have the flexibility to select the operating system, nodes, networkings, IP range, all those things. So that's the advantage of standard mode. And it will take couple of minutes to create the clusters and to make it live or available. So we just need to wait for a minute. So if you see now, so this autopilot mode, this cluster is ready. Still it is trying to create, it's not completely ready, still it's working on it. So we have to wait for a minute. So I'm just going to pause the video for a minute. So once these clusters are ready, so then we can able to see it out. So if you want to see the this cluster details, you can click over here. So we can see the status of the cluster, how it's trying to create. Currently the configuration is done, so it is trying to deploy the all the configuration changes. Now health checks, still the creation is happening. So overall we can see 67% cluster creation is done. So we just need to wait for, so here we can see all the clusters. If you see, it's created at the original level, and this is the nodes got created. It's available in US central BCFA zones. It's a more flexibility, so that we can able to deploy the app in any of the node zones based on the availability. And we can see some more configuration changes if we come down over here. And similarly, if you want to see the logs, we have an option here. So still it is trying to create, so we can able to see the logs. So this is the way you can able to create cluster in two ways. One is autopilot mode, and second one is the standard one. So still the standard cluster is not completed, still is working on it. So you can see over here, we can see the total CPUs what it's assigned, and total memory what is assigned 8 GB, but whereas it's see here 0 GB, because so here whenever you are assigning your work or workload, So then it will try to create on the fly number of nodes and how much memory it is required and what kind of CPU it is required, so it will be assigning. So that way you can save here a lot of cost. So GCP will take care everything over here in autopilot mode, whereas in case of standard mode it will be reserved for you 8 GB of memory and number of nodes. So because we have selected all those things when we are trying to create it. So the another difference between the autopilot and standard cluster mode, so whenever you are trying to deploy a work node, it will take little bit more time than the standard cluster because it need to be provisioned all those default values like memory, CPU, nodes. So that's the reason it will take couple of minutes more than standard cluster because it need to be assigned the resources. But whereas in case of standard cluster it's not required that much time because it's already assigned all available requirements like memory, CPU and nodes. So that's one of the difference while you are trying to apply or deploy the work nodes. So still this is not completed, so we need to wait for some more time. So let me open a different tab so that we can monitor the creation progress. So this is the autopilot mode. So we can see over here now it's completely done. So you can see the cluster was created successfully, autopilot mode, and so this the manual approach also or standard approach also created successfully, and we can see all the metrics, total size of nodes, cluster nodes you can see over here, and the IPs what it got assigned that we can see over here. So all those things. So now we are ready to use this cluster. So we can see the logs, and similarly we can see the logs in autopilot mode. So we can see the logs. So next come back here in the main console. So the status you can see the green tick mark in the sense these clusters are ready to use. So this is the way we can able to create the GCP GKE cluster in two ways. One is autopilot mode and another one is standard cluster mode. So it's up to you based on your requirement. You can create either of the modes. I think that's all about this video. If you like the video, you can subscribe channel for more subsequent updates, and thank you.